The top news headlines: individuals who are proficient in several local dialects will be given preference for any governmental positions, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Kumbi MLA Sanasam Prem Chandra extends his support to demand of inclusion of Meitei or Meitei in scheduled tribe list of the Constitution. National Green Tribunal directs Manipur government to pay Rs 200 crore as environmental compensation for improper management of solid and liquid waste. Good evening, you're watching Pony TV Primetime English News at 6:30. I'm LAKSMIBAI THANGJAM. Now the news in details. Chief Minister N. Biren has stated that individuals who are proficient in several local dialects will be given preference for any governmental positions. The above statement was given during the inaugural ceremony of the 2-month local language training program of 7 languages organized by Directorate of Language Planning and Implementation at the auditorium of the Manipur State Film Development Society MSFDS today. Chief Minister N. Biren said the training program was set off with the aim of unifying the various communities and strives for development. The state can never progress if the various communities take its own particular path. If all the people understanding every local language, it will make it simpler to interact with people and correct mistakes. The main aim of the displaying 34 distinctive regional cottages at the recently concluded Manipur Sangai Festival was to demonstrate unity and integrity. Manipur has its own history. It is not influenced by British government. Sagol Kanjay was invented by Manipuris. Nevertheless, the British changed the name of the game to polo. We should work to preserve the culture and traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation. It is crucial to include our history in the syllabus so that the next generation will get to know about our past. Numerous alien habits and culture are proliferating as a result of a lack of infrastructure, education and knowledge, as well as a blind adherence to Western culture.
Syllabus that I puari, I horpum, I nintushing mumming, I sabatakagi, later Mari, Pizet Sakin Maham said, Hanan of the view, I didn't appeal to Jerga.
On the other hand, Education Minister T.H. Basanta said he personally admired the Chief Minister's long-term thinking and for having the idea to start a local language training program. He further said that the effort will be remembered as a pivotal moment in Manipur's history and that it would facilitate closer ties amongst the various communities living in the state. The minister disclosed that the department had even applied for assistance from outside for funding organizations to upgrade the facilities of educational institutions and alleviate the staffing shortfall. He also stated that starting with the following academic year, the Education Department would introduce new uniforms for government schools. He stated that the central government had also approved Rs 3 crore for implementation of the SAM and that a command and control center has been built at Babupara for real-time monitoring of schools. T.H. Basanta Kumar expressed his optimism that the new administration would revolutionize the state's educational system while putting the merit system first.
Infrastructure, so we are trying maximum possible, sir, to get funds from outside agencies, from external funding agencies. Like a shortage of teachers, sir, advice to department so that the shortage of teachers address the sir. Next one by next one, sir, the request of the sir, command and control center education department RMSA office construction
Kumbi MLA Sanasam Prem Chandra has extended his support to the demand of inclusion of Meitei or Meitei in scheduled tribe list of the Constitution. Addressing the protesters of Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee Manipur STDCM, who stormed his residence at Mongsangai today and submitted a memorandum, he said people of Manipur need to know their current status quo, failing which will push to the edge of extinction. Although people were misguided and thus lost track for past so many years, every right-thinking person must support the legitimate demand of reinstating Meitei or Meitei into Scheduled Tribe list. He also urged to all concerned for peaceful coexistence and to shun hatred and disharmony.
Fully support Laminary ba koy mayam sak manana hinginaba amana mabu hanthana yengadaba nioi ba haiba boiba naibani amuk khatang pokuni anirakchu haloi.
World Meitei Council WMC in a press note expressed pride to learn that to some people Meitei are a giant race. Meitei can devour them whenever they want to. These people think that even the provisions of Scheduled Tribes in the Indian Constitution is threatened by the super intelligent and super talented Meitei who gave the game of polo to the world. The Ras Leela, the sublime dance form to the world of art, and that they had absorbed the best of all the brilliant brands of the subcontinent in itself. WMC also questioned if the Nagas are that weak and meek who could be bullied and swallowed up by the Meitei in case they are enlisted as Scheduled Tribe. WMC stated that Ansam have insulted the brave Nagas and their brave forefathers who had the courage to fight against anyone if they believed they have committed injustice to them without any fear or favor. Any community who has some pride in itself would not be so scared of anyone with whom they have been living together and have had their shared history since time immemorial. WMC believes Nagas are no exception to it. WMC is open to any discussion and dialogue with no conditions whatsoever. The National Green Tribunal (NGT) has directed the Manipur government to pay rupees 200 crore as environmental compensation for improper management of solid and liquid waste. A bench headed by Chairperson Justice Adarsh Kumar Goyal said remedial action cannot wait for an indefinite period, nor loose-ended timelines without accountability can be a solution. It said the responsibility of the state is to have a comprehensive time-bound plan with tied-up resources to control pollution. The bench, also comprising Justice Sudhir Agarwal and expert member A. Santal Bell, said it is high time the state realized its duties to the law and to citizens and adopts further monitoring at its own level. The tribunal said the first change required is to set up a centralized single-window mechanism for planning, capacity building and monitoring of waste management at the state level. It should be headed by an officer of the rank of Additional Chief Secretary with representation from departments of urban development, rural development, environment and forest, agriculture, water resources, fisheries and industries, the tribunal said. The NGT also directed 6 monthly progress reports with verifiable progress to be filed by the Chief Secretary before it. Sograkpam Hemanta, Lifetime Secretary of Manipur State Sumang Lila Council, at a news conference held today at the Iboyaima Sanglen Sumang Lila Sanglen Palace compound, has stated that the council will organize the 19th Sumang Lila Ningtam Kumhai from December 20. L. Tarpan, Council Advisor and Chairman of Ningtam Kumhai, Vice President L. Tomba, General Secretary Yumnam Nilachandra and Media Coordinator Ranjit Ningthauza were also present at the press conference. During the press conference, Hemanta said, as per the rules and regulations of Manipur State Sumang Lila Council, one director and writer can present only one Sumang Lila, and artists were not allowed to participate except for their own team members. Post-show talk, which will be held after the Sumang Lila, should not be missed out by the director, writer and artist. All the male team interested in the festival should submit their script, casting synopsis and a symbolic flag of their respective team from tomorrow till 15 December. The play should be brand new and not currently being performed at the Manipur State Kala Academy or the Sumang Lila Council.
Say Kuja Kudini Pangtok Sumang Lan in Tangkumay, La Iva, December Gitari Kunse, Suksui Soda Pangtok Zerani, Festival Siyawa, Queen Nupali, La Kangu Kudimoki, La Kangu Kudimona, December Gitari Taraga Mangas, Manung, the Queen Sai Sana Sana Gadaba, Lila, the script, casting aduga synopsis na singba thagat piruk na bidong tan luxury tarik taraga taruk sta ekoi festival is the yaudoriba kanglu kudi mokse ekoi lottery torokanda kana na tarik asuk tani kana na tarik asuk tani ekta tagda nung de tagda hybrid singbagi koi reception gi lottery tongra meeting amsu pangthokani maramaduna writer amana lila ani ani sana sanwa adagi di akoi gi director amana lila ani direction biba masi tobiganu haidana council gi hana leramban norms tuju haipetang andaki matang sida padokchabani panjabani artist singna lila party singna amuka suana ningsing bigadabadi ano mo lila katumu puthokadabani ano tarungna festival sigida mukta sillangba adumba lilama when you.
In support of the present ongoing relay hunger strike by the All Manipur Health Services Doctors Association, Health Services Doctors of Taubal also staged relay hunger strike in Taubal today. Demand of All Manipur Health Services Doctor Association includes time-bound promotion, enhancement of superannuation adds to 65 years as declared by Prime Minister, creation of Director General post, avoid strictly the transfer and posting policy of Health Services 2017, any MHS doctors be eligible to the highest post by virtue of their seniority, implementation of proposed MHS rules 2020 and amendments, provision of risks and difficult area posting allowances. Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur Desam has today submitted a proposal to Government of Manipur for opening an optional paper of MPA, Manipur Performing Art in Class 9 and 10 and pony riding course in school education. As a matter of policy of the state government as well as a follow-up action, NEP 2020 optional papers of Manipur Performing Art may be introduced in Class 9 and 10 standards to enable the students to understand and appreciate heritage of their own state before they do undergraduate in different fields of their choice. The Manipur Pony Conservation and Development Policy also encouraged for introducing the pony riding to the students so as to popularize the pony amongst the youth of the Manipur. The Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur Desam also appealed the Chief Minister and Education Minister to consider the request and take up the appropriate action at the earliest of the interest of the student and future generation. The Manglong Battalion under the aegis of 22 Sector IZAR East distributed sports items to the youth club of village Impakang today at COB Azuram. The event was organized as part of OP Sadavavna with an aim of promoting physical, mental and psychological well-being and to boost sports culture in the area, promoting Fit India mission. In today's event, Azuram's commanding officer distributed the sports item to the youth club of Impakang village with an aim to set the future generation and the society and also to increase self-esteem of the youth. Due to the remoteness of the Temangong district combined with harsh and hilly terrain, the locals have limited or no access to better sports facilities, infrastructure and material. Manipur has given many sports persons to the nation. Conduct of such events and social activities will help to build a congenial community, add conflict resolution, foster mutual understanding and peer support among groups in past or present conflicts. This will also teach young people how to solve conflict in a non-violent manner. Fundraid Battalion under the aegis of HQ IZAR South organized a lecture on Agnipat scheme at village Langthil, Taubal district today. The lecture focused to educate and create awareness among local youths with respect to various aspects and benefits offered by the Agnipat scheme to join defense forces. Emphasis was also given to resolve the queries related to the opportunities available to Agnivir's post-completion of 4 years tenure. The youths expressed their enthusiasm and motivation to join armed forces as an Agnivir. A total of 72 youths participated in the event. The Longding Battalion of Assam Rifles and Police arrested 2 NSCN-U militants from the Satong village in the Kanuvari area in the Longding district of Arunachal Pradesh yesterday. One of the apprehended insurgents, self-styled APO Jangni Lukham, was the Raja Pure of his faction and was responsible for illegal tax collection, said an official. His arrest is a major blow to the illegal activities of the faction in Longding district and has given a sigh of relief to the Wanchos who are continuously harassed by the insurgent groups with their illegal demands, official added. The apprehended NSC and cadres were handed over to Kanubari police station along with the incriminating documents recovered from their possession. Before we end, let's take a quick look at the headlines again. Individuals who are proficient in several local dialects will be given preference for any governmental positions, says Chief Minister Biren. Kumbi MLA Sanasam Premchandra extends his support to demand of inclusion of Meitei or Meitei into the draft list of the Constitution. National Green Tribunal directs Manipur government to pay Rs 200 crore as environmental compensation for improper management of solid and liquid waste. Thank you for watching Pony TV. For more updates, keep watching Pony TV and stay tuned.